In this video, we are going to see how to respond to feedbacks automatically using Writesonic. So let's say that there is a new change in the policy in your office and now the HR is asking you to submit certain forms on the basis of the policy and they want to just get the feedback. Now what they want is they want to reply to each and every feedback, but they want to save a lot of time. They don't want to do this manually. Now how can that be done? So let's say that every time a form is submitted, here we have taken the example of a Google form. So you have received the response. Now with the help of Writesonic, which is an AI developer, you have generated a reply according to the feedback and then you have sent a mail to the user who have filled up the form. So this can be done by integrating the three applications, and the same thing can be done using Pabbly Connect software. So here your trigger application will be Google Form and your action application first would be Writesonic and then it will be Gmail. Now how can you do this yourself? Integrate and automate this entire process. To understand that, let me take you to my screen. To begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect, and as we do that, here we have reached the landing page of this software. On the right hand side, you can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. So if you are an existing user, simply click on sign in. If you are a new user, click on this tab sign up. It won't take more than 2 minutes, and also at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks. So now I'm going to click on sign in. And as I do that, here we have reached all applications page. Let's click on access now for Pabbly Connect. So as we do that, here we have reached the dashboard of this application. So on the right hand side, you can see a tab create workflow. Let's click on this and a dialog box has appeared which is asking us to name this workflow. Now here my objective is that every time a form is submitted, let's say that it's a feedback form and I have received the feedback on one particular thing. Now what I want is to automatically generate a reply to that feedback and send a mail to the user who has given me the feedback. So I'm going to name it as respond to feedbacks automatically using Writesonic. Let's click on create. And as we do that, here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One is trigger, another one is action. Triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens. Action says do this. Basically, action here is the response of your trigger application. Now, as per this integration, my trigger application will be Google Forms. Why? Because I'm using Google Forms to receive feedback from users. And now the trigger event here would be new response received. So here you can see that we have received a webhook URL which is going to act as a bridge for connecting Google Forms and Pabbly Connect. Now what do we have to do? Here is the help desk given. Please read this carefully. Let me show you what we have to do. So here I already have created a form. This is my feedback form. Okay. So now this is for the new HR policy. And here we have got the following fields: first name, last name, contact number, email address, department and feedback. So now I'm going to take you to the last field which is feedback. Here you can see the option required. Let's toggle this towards the right so that every time this form is filled, the moment this last field will be filled, then automatically the response would be received. Now we are going to go to responses. Let's click on the three dots and here you can see select destination for responses. Now here we have got two options. Either we can create a new spreadsheet or we can select an existing spreadsheet. So I'm going to go ahead with creating a new spreadsheet. Let's click on create. You can see that it has been linked to the spreadsheet. Now let's click on this. And as we do that, here you will see that a spreadsheet has been created, and in this particular sheet we have all the fields which were there in my form, including one which is timestamp. Here it is going to register the date and time of the response received. I'm going to quickly format this so that it is absolutely clearly visible to you. So here it is. Let me enhance the font size as well. Okay, I hope this is absolutely clear and visible to you. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you back to the Google form. Okay, let's click on this preview and now I'm going to fill up this form. Let's say the first name here is test, the last name is user, then we have the contact number, then we have the email address, and then here we have the department. Let's say it is from the marketing department. And now the feedback. So let's say I am highly satisfied with the new HR policy. Okay. And now I'm going to click on submit. So as we do that, here we can see that the response has been submitted. So now taking you back to the sheet, here you can see that the information has become a part of our sheet. Now once this is done, I'm going to go to extensions, go to add-ons, get add-ons. And here you can see that we have reached Google Workspace Marketplace. Let's look for Pabbly Connect webhooks. Here it is. And you can see that this has already been installed on my system. So if you do not have it installed, please install this and then close this window and do not forget to refresh the page. So once this is done, wait for the few seconds and then we are going to go back to extensions and you would be able to see Pabbly Connect webhooks here. Let's go to initial setup. Now here you can see that the system has already selected the sheet and here we have to paste the webhook URL that we have just received through Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to copy this once again and paste this here. Now comes the trigger column. So the trigger column is the final data column where the data is added, and in this particular sheet the final data column is G. So I'm going to write G here. Let's click on send test. So as we do that, here we can see that the test data has been sent successfully. Let's click on submit and the configuration is all set. Let's close this window, go back to extensions, go back to Pabbly Connect, and here you can see send on event. Click on this so that it can be checked. Once this is checked, you will be able to see a tick mark right in front. This is absolutely important so that the response can be received. Now I'm going to take you to Pabbly Connect to see if we have received the API response, and yes, here it is. This is the trigger column, then the timestamp, spreadsheet name, ID, sheet name, sheet ID, row index, and then here we have the last name, first name, feedback, email address, department, and contact number. So once we have received this information, now with the help of Sonic, I want to write a reply to the feedback received. So I'm going to use the application as Writesonic. Let's click on this. And the action event here would be Chat Sonic. Let's click on connect. And now here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the Writesonic account. I'm going to click on add new connection. And here we have to enter the API key. How can we receive the API key? So first log in to the Writesonic account. So I have already done that. And then we have the profile picture on the right hand side. Let's click on this. Go to API dashboard. Here you can see Writesonic, ChatSonic and Photosonic API. This has been inactive. So I'm going to toggle this towards the right to make this active. And here is the API key reveal. Copy. Go back to Pabbly Connect and paste this over here. Let's click on save to set up this connection. And now here you can see that we have to enter the text for which we are supposed to provide a reply, a feedback reply. For this, I'm going to map the information. But before that, I'm going to write a reply to the feedback. Okay. And now I'm going to go to step 1 and here is the feedback, right? So this is my input. Now I have added this information here and the process with which I have added it is known as mapping. This is important so that every time the workflow runs, it can take the new data into consideration. Now if you want to enable the Google result, you can select yes. I'm going to go ahead with no and click on save and send test request. Now as we do that, here you can see we have received a message. So this is the feedback that we are supposed to send to the user. Now I am going to add my next action application, which is Gmail, as I want to mail this feedback. And the action event here would be to send email. Let's click on connect. So here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the Gmail account. Let's click on add new connection, connect with the Gmail. And here we have to select the account. So here Pabbly Connect wants to access my Google account. So I'm going to click on allow. So here we can see that the authorization has been successful. So once done, here you can see that Gmail is now connected with Pabbly Connect. Now here we have to enter the recipient's address. So I'm going to click on this and map the information. How? Let's go to step 1 and this here is the email address of the person. Now if you want to add CC, BCC, you can always do that. What is the sender's name? So I am the sender, so this information is going to remain static. Okay, this is the sender's name. Now the email subject. So this is thank you for your feedback. Okay, so this is my email subject. The next thing here is email content type. So this is plain. Now the email content. So I'm going to write dear. Now I'm going to map the name of the person. And here we have to enter the reply that we have just generated through Writesonic. So this is the reply. And now I'm going to write regards Pabbly Connect. If you have a file name or an attachment, you can always add here. I'm going to click on Save and Send Test Request. And as I do that, here the response has been received where it says that the mail has been sent. Let's quickly go to the email address, and yes, here you can see that we have received a mail. So this here is the subject, then we have the user and our email body. So this basically means that our integration is a success, but we also need to check the same in real time. So I'm going to go back to Google Forms, and here I'm going to submit another response. So let's say the first name this time is Dummy, New is the last name, then we have the contact number. Here's the contact number. So the email address is dummynew@pabblytudes.com. The department here is finance, and the feedback is I am not okay with the new policy. Please discuss. Okay. So now I'm going to click on submit. So as we do that, what should happen? First of all, automatically a reply would be generated, and then a mail should be sent to the email address of the person. So let me show you the same. Let's go back to inbox. Okay, let's go to all mail, and yes, here we can see that we have received another email. So this is Dear Dummy, thank you for your feedback. We understand that you are not in agreement with our new policy. We are open to hearing your perspective and discussing this further. Please let us know your thoughts and we can discuss it in more detail. We appreciate your input and look forward to hearing from you soon. Regards, Pabbly Connect. So since it was a negative feedback, so it has been written accordingly. So I hope this is absolutely clear to you. Going back to Pabbly Connect, let's understand what we have done. So here our trigger application was Google Forms, where the event was new response received. Then our action application was Writesonic, where the event was Chatsonic. And final action application was Gmail, where we had to send an email. I hope this is absolutely clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any specific integration to work on, you can always write to us. Not only this, but you can integrate multiple applications using Pabbly Connect software. To ask any of your query, you have to write at forum.pabbly.com. You can also visit our website, which is www.pabbly.com/connect. To get all the details about the latest updates, the integrations and applications, you can visit our Facebook group. If in case you have found this video helpful, then do not forget to share this with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get into automation and make their life easy. I'm going to see you very soon with different integrations and automations. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care of yourself.